Rhino, short for rhinoceros, one of the most recognizable animals in the world, known for their impressive size and distinctive horns. With their interesting morphology, they are often featured in documentaries, books, zoos, or even toys. One way or other, you must have heard of them. Humans and rhinos have been coexisting since prehistoric times, with proof of cave paintings by early humans thousands of years ago. They were extremely significant in early human culture. In various regions, rhinos were highly respected. Some even viewed them as a symbol of strength and resilience. Today, there are only 5 species of rhino left in the world: the Sumatran rhino, the Javan rhino, the Indian rhino, the white rhino, and the black rhino, with 3 out of 5 of them having the IUCN status of critically endangered and 2 of them having less than 100 left. The question is, will they still be here within this generation's time? Throughout my journey in Kruger National Park located in South Africa, I have seen a lot of animals in the savannah, including all of the big 5. I got to see groups of elephants, buffalo, lions, and even a leopard. However, I've only seen 1 or 2 rhinos the entire trip. They're not small or camouflaged enough like a leopard for them to completely disappear in the vegetation. So, where are they? Within the big 5, rhinos are the most endangered one among them. At the beginning of the 20th century, there were around 500,000 rhinos who roamed Africa and Asia. With decades of poaching and habitat loss, by the 1970s, that number dropped all the way down to 70,000. And today, only 28,000 individuals are left in the wild with protection of national parks and nature reserves. The horrific practice of rhino poaching is increasingly fueled by the funding of international criminal gangs. Each year, countless rhinos fall victim to those ruthless poachers, driven by greed for the illegal trade of their precious horns. The poaching process is very brutal. Poachers often use tranquilizer guns to incapacitate the rhino to avoid being attacked, and then approach to hack off their horns almost like they're not living beings, cutting deep into the roots inside the skull of the animal. This isn't just an act of thievery. This is a death sentence. Waking up from the tranquilizer, the rhino finds itself bleeding uncontrollably, trapped in a nightmare filled of pain and suffering. This slow, agonizing death is a tragic consequence of human greed and those who feeds into it. Despite knowing how cruelly those horns are obtained, many people worldwide continue to buy them, specifically from Asian countries. Many believe that rhino horns have medical properties that can cure a wide range of illnesses, from fever to cancer. Though it has been proven to be false in multiple studies. In some other cultures, rhino horns are also seen as a status symbol of wealth and success, keeping the demand high in the market. Many species have taken a toll from poaching. The northern white rhino is a subspecies of the white rhino that split around 1 to 2 million years ago. have been labelled functionally extinct as the last male of the species, Sudan, died in 2018, leaving the 2 females as the last of their kind in the world. With help of various conservation efforts, rhinos are not alone in their fight for survival. Places like private nature reserves hold the majority of the rhinos left, providing a safe environment for them to live without the constant threats of being poached. Secret protective facilities where rescued rhinos are treated can help rehabilitate injured ones, or raising calves. It plays an important role to conservation. Another method includes drilling tracking devices into their horns, or even dehorning them completely, taking the one thing that defines a rhino away from them just to keep them safe. Large mammal ecologist Sam Ferreira once said, "Rhinos aren't slow reproducers. In fact, quite the opposite." He suggests that if we would just leave them alone, their number would bounce right back in a matter of decades. On top of that, recent scientific efforts is trying to save the northern white rhino from extinction using the preserved sperm of Sudan, the last male northern white rhino. Scientists are trying to utilize in vitro fertilization, a process that creates an embryo using sperm and eggs inside a laboratory, and implant it into a southern white rhino as a surrogate, because the last 2 female northern white rhinos are unable to reproduce. If successful, this can spark hope for their future. While watching this video, please understand that being mad at poachers won't solve the problem. In fact, most of them have little to no choice but to do it just to feed their family. The real issue lies with those who buy the horns, fueling the demand. In order to stop the poaching of rhinos, tracking down and closing black markets is close to impossible. Instead, the only way to stop them is to lecture the public and diminish the market that fuels this crisis. Not everyone has the luxury or passion to donate their hard-earned money to conservation efforts. But there is a more powerful way we can all contribute. Simply sharing information about those animals can spark interest and concern. Every conversation, every post on social media, and every moment spent educating others can create a ripple effect, inspiring more people to care. The more people learn about the horrific reality of poaching, the less demand there will be for the market as people become more conscious of the harm caused to our wildlife and ecosystems. Remember, you don't have to give money to make a difference. Your voice matters. By spreading awareness and showing that we care, we can help protect those rhinos and ensure that they have a future.